A warm welcome to everyone. It gives us great pleasure to welcome you all this evening. We are specialising very much in creating engagement, loyalty strategies across the spectrum of businesses, focusing, if we look maybe 1,500 brands around the world, where we're looking in the travel space, financial services, hospitality, and of course insurance. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Karen to the stage, editor of TTG Asia Media. Karen will be sharing her observations on the return of travel and recent and upcoming travel trends. Please welcome Karen.
I'm Karen Yu. I'm the group editor of TTG Asia Media. We celebrate 50 years this year. 50 years of being in the business of reporting and supporting the community of travel, tourism, hospitality and business events professionals across Asia Pac. The travel and tourism industry has stepped into the new year from a position of strength. UNWTO, now known as UN Tourism, states that international tourism in the year ending 2023 stood at 88% of pre-pandemic levels. There were an estimate 1.3 billion international arrivals across global destinations last year. So all that indicates, strong recovery based on domestic and international travel demand. And this region, Asia Pac, where we are, is only 65% of 2019 levels. Even within our region, the recovery is also very diverse. So South Asia was 87% of 2019 levels. Northeast Asia was around 55%. Looking ahead, UN Tourism expects a full recovery to 2019 levels this year. They are estimating possibly 2% growth over 2019. So PATA, Pacific Asia Travel Association, expects Asia Pacific total visitor arrivals to recover to 109% this year in a mild scenario. With a more conservative approach, recovery is probably only expected in 2025.
So we have seen financial services leveraging off that in the past, but what we're seeing now is that there's even a greater opportunity. And I'm going to welcome up Rohan to the stage to explore this a little further and how brands can leverage off travel to further engage, to create meaningful impact with their client base and to grow their brand. So, Rohan?
The travel industry is a very strong driver of business for a lot of us that are in the room today. But customer sentiment towards travel is stronger than ever, right? 44% of customers are saying they're going to spend on travel. That's a huge value opportunity sitting with us. The stat that was shared from our Collinson research about people putting money aside to travel, foregoing dining, etc. That's the significance that travel plays from a business opportunity that is sitting out there. Customers believe that it is of significance as well. And how do we then leverage that? What we need to be able to do is put the right building blocks together to create a customer value proposition that we can capitalize on. Customers are all about know me. You need to know me as a customer. If you're able to provide them with relevant experiences and value. When you know me, you can engage me. And when you can do that is when you start creating value and you value the customers. And that is about driving the right experiences and benefits to create your CVP or customer value proposition that you want. Each of these three need to work together. And when they come together, it pretty much presents an opportunity that is based on your ambition. When we want to leverage the opportunity that travel presents, it's really about how do we create a travel playbook that's fit for our purpose? What is it that we need to be looking at and how do we build that? Right? Starting with defining what is the ambition. What are those KPIs? What do we want to achieve? Based on that ambition is pulling together the value proposition. What are all those pieces and components that we can own from a travel space and how do we bring that together under one umbrella? And then once we have that, it's really about constantly testing, evaluating, looking at what we're doing, measuring, and pivoting. That's the entire idea of the travel playbook and how we can take ownership of travel within our own businesses and drive that forward.
Following Rohan's discussion, he would turn to a panel for which we have a stellar lineup of guests, including Ziwei Wong, Raymond Ng, and Stephen Le.
So I'm going to start with Stephen on the end there. How is UOB leveraging this travel heritage as a differentiator?
We used to do a lot of mass retail, and the last 2 years we pivoted, and now we are almost focused on premium travels as our core business for leisure. The bank is built on one of our core value on trust. So for us, we continue to provide trust to our consumer when they come to us for their bookings, for their travel services.
Fantastic. Moving on to Raymond. Can you talk to us a bit about this ambition of yours and the role that travel still plays in product and customer strategy at Revolut?
If you look at it, the majority of our user at this moment in Singapore, let's talk about Singapore. is still using us as a travel app. But the ambition is about we want to be a super app. If you look at what we have like trading, we have trading for crypto, you can buy fractional share, you can buy commodity. But a lot of the user actually love the most is our travel related product. And we have a lot of travel related product that is very interesting to our user. You know, it's all about relevant, providing something to your user.
Fantastic. And so that's two financial services brands that really rely on travel, right? Like UOB Travel Planners is completely travel, but with the backing of a bank. And Revolut, with its origins from travel, is still leveraging travel and more opportunities in travel. Shifting gears to someone who works in the travel industry, right? So Ziwei, what is your perspective on the power and influence that travel has on customer behavior?
Coming out of COVID, I think one of the biggest change in trend is the value of a loyalty currency. One big trend actually coming out of COVID was that we see a lot of bank partners coming to hotel groups to work more aggressively on products such as co-brand cards, conversions. The choice is really up to the customer, and actually that's what the customer wants.
How do you keep engagement up with such a large customer base? How do you keep them coming back?
To be making sense to the user whenever they use our product. We even cater to their kids, to their family. Give them a card so that the kids can learn about card, learn about mobile payment, learn about money management from young. And even when they travel, they don't have to worry about carrying cash.
Gen Zs and millennials, they're going to make up 50% of APAC's population. What are they coming and asking for?
One of the value that we starting to engage more now is to demonstrate the value of the services that we continue to manage, not just the family travel, but their future needs in time to come. So I think we're planting the seed early, and we're starting to do, and we see a lot more that it starts with spend and be rewarded through the card platform and spend. So that's definitely one way that they get early into the game. I think we're also looking at experiences. It's always uncovering, and I think one of the things we always look at is in the insider experience, things that you probably can't Google, right? And I think those are the most valuable things, that something to really wow customers. And I think those are things we're trying to uncover as we manage their travel, to understand what you're really looking for in your travel.
So you're not selling travel anymore, you are influencing travel.
I always say travel agents are pushing travels. I think we need to start evolving to think of ourselves as travel curators, travel advocates. And I think the key here for us, as we see, is the ability to manage the travel experience and help to coordinate and curate the experience. I think it's more crucial than selling.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. This has been a pleasure having all of you here.
So please do feel free to speak to us, any of us at Collinson. We'd love to hear more and understand how to support you best. We'd love to explore new opportunities and bring them to life with you. And, we look forward to working with you, and thank you very much for your time.